Sometimes an incident occurs within the drone community which starts a debate on how regulations should be applied to hobbyist flyers. When a DJI Mavic Pro hit a hot air balloon in flight, the community responded. What is your view on how this type of thing should be handled? Hey everyone, my name is Sean and welcome to Geeksvana. Here we bring you content focused on drones and tech, including videos just like this one. To see more, subscribe. Your support is hugely appreciated. One thing I would like to say first is that of course we all feel that drone flyers, whether they are hobbyist or professional, should always stick to regulations. In particular, no fly zones put in place for the safety of you and others. That aside, we want to take a look today at a video put out on the YouTube channel, What You Haven't Seen, and focus instead on the reaction from the drone community in the comments and start a conversation with you, our own audience, about how this type of incident should be dealt with. Please let me know what you think of this in the comments below and how you think the flyer should have been dealt with. Should they make an example out of the irresponsible flying or take a softer approach to educate and improve knowledge? I'd really like to get your take on things. In the video, we see footage of a DJI drone being flown around hot air balloons. Unfortunately, due to the lack of experience of the drone flyer and many other factors, the drone strikes the balloon and tumbles to the ground. In information provided to What You Haven't Seen, there is detailed explanation of what happened from multiple viewpoints. In this first extract, you can see the pilot of the hot air balloon which was struck reports the incident happened at around 6:40 AM. He notes that the drone repeatedly ran into the side of his balloon before falling from the sky. The report also notes that he was confident the drone was being flown by a passenger of another hot air balloon company, as well as noting the proximity to an airfield within 0.5 miles. Later confirmation showed the drone flyer was actually on the ground waiting to board another hot air balloon. They confirmed the flyer of the drone was tracked down and he admitted little to no experience of flying the DJI Mavic Pro and of the drone regulations in general. This included being unaware of the requirement to register his drone with the FAA. The flight used the active track mode to keep the hot air balloon in frame, and the hobbyist flyer states he feels there was a failure in the system. This is of course not something he was remotely qualified to even speculate on. Perhaps someone who admits to hardly flying isn't the best judge at the automated flight modes and whether they're working or not. Certainly, even the most novice of flyers knows not to completely rely on any automated mode. Later in the video, we're shown an excerpt from an email sent by the drone flyer where he, as you might expect, expresses his remorse and is thankful nobody got hurt. What interested me about this story and other similar stories, beyond the facts of the incident itself, is the response the video had from the community in the comments. This is the part I would like your feedback on as viewers of Geeksvana. There are many comments supporting giving the drone flyer the benefit of the doubt, as no damage occurred and the hobbyist was willing to gain more flight training before taking another flight. One commenter says, "I was prepared to be mad with the drone operator, but the willingness to cooperate and hands up acknowledgement of his mistakes, he needs to be cut some slack. Especially as this is a good learning experience for what not to do for others thinking about flying drones in restricted areas." This type of sentiment can be found within several other comments, although many others take a much tougher stance, with many blaming actions like those shown in the video for the tougher rules and regulations imposed on drones flying globally. Others point out that although he attempts to present himself as a novice without knowledge, making an honest mistake, the hobbyist then proceeds to explain at length about the active track system and uses terms which suggest his experience and knowledge is greater than he necessarily lets on. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. With the release of cheaper and more capable drones, this type of incident is potentially more likely with newbie flyers picking up drones, which might give them a little too much confidence in taking their first flights. Should we make examples of this type of flyer, or should we seek to educate and spread the message to a wide audience and therefore avoid the need for yet more drone regulations? Thanks for watching. See you in the comments.
Please remember to like and subscribe.
All right, you're still here. No in the seat.